think about is how everybody who watched that presentation, and now you've been watching all day, is going to be able to grow and eat and truly love the most delicious vegetables, even if you don't have a garden, even if you don't have a yard, even if you've never grown something before and you thought, there's no way I can do that. You can absolutely do it. From Girl Next Door, the first ever Today's Special Value by the lovely Carolyn Gracie, an avid gardener herself, we are bringing you the kitchen minis. And here's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get these cherry tomatoes, brand new variety, and they are going to give you a lot for many, many months. You're gonna first get the cucumbers, and Carolyn will go through all of this with you. Look, see where all these blooms are? It's just getting started. That's like a dozen cucumbers and dozens of more on their way. Then you're getting the peppers that are so sweet, they're not hot. It's a sweet, yummy, eat it raw pepper. And then I'm saving the best for last, because last year Carolyn brought you this type of pack up with the 3 plants, and it was about the same price. This year is it today, and it's sold out over and over and over. This year, as a Today's Special Value, she has included 1 extra plant, but did not raise the price. Do you know what this is? No one out here could guess until they smelled it. It's basil. It's a bonsai basil. It smells so incredible and tastes just like that great Italian basil. So since midnight, how many have now been ordered? 28,500 since midnight. Here she is, our girl next door, Carolyn Gracie.
Thanks, Sandra.
I am so tickled for you.
Welcome back. Did you get a nap somewhere in between?
I should be asking you that question.
I did.
You were
I
here.
stuck one in.
So, Carolyn, this was actually, and congratulations
Thank
on
you.
your first Today's Special Value.
I'm
We are all
thrilled
so
beyond.
happy for you.
I can't even tell you how exciting this day has been for me.
Well,
so,
it all started because last year, you in your first season with Girl Next Door, you brought peppers, cucumbers, and tomatoes.
And they sold out.
With Pat in one airing.
And so then everybody said, oh, let's get more for other people that missed out. So we ordered another round, and those sold out. And then we tried to get even more, and we struggled with that because you have to grow them.
Yeah.
And they were the little bitty babies trying to get big enough to ship to you. So a lot of people didn't even get them. So don't let that happen this year. We're more prepared. We have enough to go around, but this is something you don't want to miss out on because it really is just a lot of fun. It's delicious food, and anybody can do it. And I was thinking something I didn't talk about with David. You know, this is about just under $30, right? For these non-stop tomatoes, non-stop cucumbers, non-stop peppers, and tons of basil. So for $30, what can you get at the grocery store? Maybe a week's worth of veggies,
Well,
maybe?
And guess what, Carolyn? I totally agree with you, except for even at the grocery store, even if you're willing, money's not an issue, which I don't know anyone that money's not an issue, but even if it's not, they're never going to taste as good as what you grow your own,
And when I think of Today's Special Value, I want to know what the value is. You guys, that's the value. You're getting non-stop vegetables all summer, and some people are still getting peppers and still getting tomatoes
we talked to a
from
woman,
last year.
We talked to a woman who's in Georgia now, so she's quite a bit further south than Carolyn and I here in Pennsylvania. She called us at midnight, and she said her pepper plant from last year was still getting peppers on it.
Right.
She and her neighbor have been sharing them now.
Yeah. So I just want to show what you're getting, but I can't resist taking a bite. And look at these little tomatoes. I just want you to see, I cut into one, and they are just loaded with juicy flavor. And I mean, so delicious. These are so much better than anything you're going to get at the grocery store. So good, flavorful, and then you've got your cucumbers. You don't even have to peel them. You just eat them with the skin on.
They are the yummiest cucumbers.
And then your little pepper as well, and I'll just cut you a few rings of that. Because you guys, these are non-stop.
Do you mind if I get in there?
Yes,
I love these peppers.
Yeah.
These are the peppers that you want to eat raw. They're really sweet. I mean, you can roast them, you can put them on pizzas, you can do whatever, but really just grab one and eat one and get all that vitamin C and all that goodness. It's so good.
So here's what you're going to get, but here's what they turn into. Baby basil, there's your baby cucumber, there's your baby pepper. And
look at
can I just show you? Look, peekaboo, I see you. That's what you're getting. Baby cucumbers already on there. These are ready to go. These are not too dinky winky. They're the perfect size for you to plant. And this is what happens in 40 days. Here's your cucumber.
40 days.
40
now,
days.
We're going to ship
That's
these
like
to
6
you.
weeks.
Right. We're going to ship these to you at the time that's right for you to plant them. So if you're further south, you'll get them sooner than, say, Carolyn and I. If you're in New England, you'll get them a little later than Carolyn and I in Pennsylvania. So we'll ship them at the right time. But 40 days, you're going to be picking the most delicious cucumber.
And
then what happens?
About 10 days after that, or so, you're going to start seeing tomatoes happen.
Okay, now we got the makings for a salad.
So now you're into July, early July, okay?
Oh
Then
my God,
about
Carolyn, wait, before you go any further, look at these. They're just getting started.
This is loaded.
These are like grapes. There's so many.
So it gets to its full size, and then all of a sudden all kinds of tomatoes appear.
Oh my gosh, okay, so.
And then your pepper will be after 70 days. So even your pepper is only going to take until, you know, depending on when you plant it, you could still be getting peppers in July. And throughout the fall for sure.
Can you come over? I want to show everybody
some
this.
people still getting them after that.
I just want everyone to see how much you get. So you can clearly see the orange peppers, but let me move these leaves so you can see. These are all peppers that are green that are going to turn orange. For such like compact plants,
you're going to see
the amount of vegetables is wild.
And with the peppers, they start green and you want to wait till they turn orange. They're going to get a little short, chubby orange pepper first. You can see that leaf right there. And then they'll turn into this elongated pepper, and that's when you pick it. So again, down here you can see better the fruits of your labor. So here's your cocktail-sized cucumbers. You could get 70 cucumbers off of one plant.
Oh my gosh.
How about, I'll take
Oh, here comes Eric and Devin Walleen. You guys,
I'm going for these, baby.
aren't these so good?
Well, then you know what? I'm going for the pepper.
Okay, here, go ahead and slice up some more.
These guys are sweet.
I know, they're like candy.
I love them.
Pop in your mouth. Pop.
You know, a woman last night called
Perfect.
and said,
Perfection.
I don't know if you heard, but I'm talking with pepper in my mouth. That's good manners, isn't it? A woman last night called and she said that her grandson, she has pictures of him standing on the porch eating last
Like
year's
candy.
tomatoes like candy. Isn't that
so
so
cool.
nice?
And seriously, if your kids are not vegetable fans, they will love these. These are so good. If you've only ever had grocery store veggies,
Oh, there's no comparison.
they don't have any flavor compared to these, and you don't know who grew them or what they grew them with or where they came from or how long they've been sitting there. This you pick on your own little plant in your own kitchen or off of your patio.
Now, you just said in your kitchen, so clearly they do like a lot of sun, but if you don't have a big outdoor space and you want to grow them in a sunny window, you can do that.
These were bred to stay this size to be grown in your house.
Wow.
They're supposed to be grown inside. Now, you're not going to hurt them by putting them outside. They'll love it in the summer, but you can grow these as long as you have a sunny window, a pot that's at least 8 to 10 inches with some really good potting soil in it for all the nutrients, and give them adequate water and some fertilizer. That's all you have to do. It's so easy. You don't have to have any gardening background, any experience. Maybe you're a longtime gardener who's only ever grown flowers. That was my mom.
Yeah.
Last year when I sent her these, it was the first time she'd grown vegetables, and it was so much fun for her.
All right, tell me about the basil.
Okay,
Because
so-
last night, the kind of funny story, last night, our whole studio crew couldn't figure out what this plant was, and everyone was smelling it because we've never seen basil like this. It's bouncy. It's a bonsai basil.
it smells
and
so
I want the
good.
camera to come back because I want to show it to you. It actually, it kind of, at first I thought it almost looked like thyme.
Everybody backstage
Look
all
at
day
this.
long has been doing this.
Wait, I'm going to lift it up just so you can
This
see
little
the
plant
shape
has
of
had
it.
more pets.
Look at this.
And fluffs than any
It's the
plant in
chia
history.
pet of bonsais.
I mean, people love this little guy right here.
But bonsai.
So, and I want you to see when you get baby bonsai. Here's baby bonsai. He's already got lots of basil on him that you can pick and eat right away.
Now, am I gonna use
and
this-
he'll turn into this summer.
Now, Carolyn, can I use this just like I use the regular,
Absolutely.
much bigger leaf basil that I typically grow?
And the only thing is you don't have to chop it.
That's nice.
Because you just pick these little leaves, and I'll pick a few and put them in my hand so you can see. You pick these little leaves, like so, as many as you want. And I mean, look at the abundant supply you've got here. And then you just sprinkle it on your food.
I'm in love.
No chopping
over
required.
1,000 have now been ordered. It was so fun last night. Carolyn and I talked to callers from all over the country. There was a woman in Washington who was growing them, a woman who grew up with her best friend
And
of
call
50
us
years.
if you
But you're right.
have these
In
or
fact,
are trying them.
Amy from Connecticut's on the line right now, so let's say hi. Hi, Amy.
Hi,
How are
Amy.
you?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you ladies?
Very well. Thank you for
Fantastic.
calling, Amy. Have you tried these before, or is this your first time?
It's my first time trying indoor vegetables.
Okay.
but I've gotten plants from you and QVC last year and previous years and love them.
Great.
But I'm calling with a question.
Yes, ma'am.
You kind of might have already answered it,
okay.
but I'm wondering if I'm putting these in my back window for morning sun or in the front of my house for afternoon sun.
Which one faces south? Either one?
Oh, I'll have to check that one out.
A south-facing window is best, but as long as they're getting mostly sun throughout the day or like all morning, not just like a little peekaboo of sun here and there, and then you don't want a room that has like diluted sunshine.
Yeah.
You want them to get
Right.
the full sun. And Amy, if you do have a little deck or a patio, if you find that there's not enough sun coming in your windows, they'll be fine to put them outside, but you don't plant them in the ground. You just put them on a table outside in little pots.
Actually, Amy, we heard from some callers who put them outside, like on a deck or something,
Yeah.
all summer, and then even brought them in towards the end of
Yeah,
the
you can do
season.
both.
Yeah, there was a woman in Georgia last night who said she was still getting peppers. Now, truly, Carolyn and I cannot guarantee that. That kind of blew our
Well,
mind.
I
but
got
she was-
peppers till December.
Yeah, so just know it's possible.
So I mean, if your plant is in a happy spot, it will keep producing. If you find that it's not getting big enough or it's not growing as like we're showing you here, it's either it's not getting enough sun, or maybe the soil that you used did not have the right nutrients in it. I recommend Roberta's organic potting soil, which is on QVC.com. It's excellent.
And
It's
we
called
ship it
Black Gold, and we'll ship it for, I think, for free.
We ship it for free, yeah. I think we're the only people who ship
So you may
potting
have
soil
a
for
favorite
free.
potting soil already, Amy, but just make sure that you're using a good soil, a pot that's at least 8 to 10 inches, and you're fertilizing every couple weeks with Bounty or something similar, and that mainly it's getting enough sunshine.
Okay, thank you, ladies.
Thanks, Amy.
Thanks for calling. Enjoy.
Bye-bye. So, you know, it's such a treat, because one of my favorite things we heard for a caller last night was, I'm not a gardener. And that's the thing, you don't have to be. If you're a gardener, of course, this is so much fun and you probably already get it. But even if you've never grown a vegetable before, you can grow these easily. Let's go through exactly what you're going to get for everyone just now joining us.
Okay, so this is how it comes to you, and we'll show you after we do this. I'm going to show you how to plant these. It's so easy. So you are going to get, and they'll be even a little bit bigger than this, because this is how big they are right now, but we're going to send you a big baby of each one. So you're going to get the cucumber, and you can see he's already got a little twirly vine growing off because he's a vine plant. Here's your tomato. Here's your pepper with itty bitty tiny little peppers on it already. And then here's that baby bonsai basil right there. And then they are within that 40 to 70 days going to turn into this size. Your basil is already going, but it'll just keep getting bigger. So again, an abundance of vegetables, 70 cucumbers and more tomatoes, dozens and dozens of these delicious vegetables,
Well, that's
all
what
for
we're
under
hearing
$30.
for your customers who picked them up last year, and that's at the same price, but without the basils.
Right.
Now it's 4 plants for what we did the price at 3 last year.
So it's like
Just
less than $8 a plant.
couldn't believe the tomatoes just kept coming. I do want to let you know, they do come with the growing guide.
With recipes.
And yes, for the first time in my memory, I think we go back decades with Roberta's since we've done a
Salsa.
growing guide with recipes. But everything you need to know, you don't have to remember right now. We will send this to you. There's even a little QR code. So just, it's going to be super easy.
Can we show how to do this?
Yes, sure.
Seriously, you guys, you don't have to worry that you've never planted a vegetable and this is going to be something that you won't succeed at.
Carolyn, 30,000 have already been ordered. This is 1,500 right here. This is that natural
gold.
and organic black gold
great stuff.
potting mix. I don't know anyone else who ships a bag of potting soil for free.
Right.
But we do, and this is the same potting soil that Roberta's uses in their trial gardens and their nurseries. So this is really, truly the best of the best. If you want this, you don't have to put it in your car. We will ship this to you for free. Okay.
So all you need to do is get a pot about this size. I've got a couple of new pots that are the right size, about 9, 10 inches big. You could even go as small as 8. I wouldn't go any smaller.
Oh, and I actually have my new collab pots coming up that
Oh,
I'm getting.
fantastic.
Yeah, so, and you know what? I'm getting a mix of pots for this today's special value.
I love it. And yeah, mix them up. So you're going to get your babies, and I would recommend doing 1 per pot. You don't want to put them all in here. This is the size for 1 of these. Here's your pepper. So you're just going to put a small hole in the middle. You can use your hands if you want to. Pop that in, cover it over, pat it down a little bit gently, and then water it. You want to make sure and water your plants in at least a little bit of water a couple of times a week for about 4 weeks,
Okay.
just to make sure that they don't dry out as they're establishing. Water them in, and then add your Roberta's Bounty fertilizer, and you can actually do that at the same time you're watering the first
Okay.
time. Do that every 2 weeks, and then make sure this is in a sunny window. And then come and say hello to it every day.
Yeah.
Because plants do like when you talk